everybody. Welcome to Calvary Lighthouse Kids Church. I'm Jessica, and here comes Lindsey. Oh, Lindsey, what's the matter?
I'm just kind of sad.
Well, why are you sad?
Because we have 15 chickens.
Well, doesn't having chickens make you happy?
I'm happy we have 15 chickens.
Well, then what are you sad about?
That we keep them locked up in a cage.
Well, first of all, it's not a cage. It's a coop. And why do you think we keep them locked in the coop?
So they don't run around like crazies and they get eaten by animals and they don't poop everywhere and they don't peck us.
Right. I don't like walking in poop left behind by the chickens. So, you see, it's for their safety and our safety.
But their coop is like a jail. And they want to be and they want to be free.
Well, hearing your feelings about our chickens reminds me of our Bible event today.
Did someone in the Bible have chickens in a coop?
No. But Jesus' disciples, Silas and Paul, got locked in jail. And Jesus found a special way to get them out.
What did he even do?
Well, he made a powerful earthquake that made the jail doors open up and the prisoners' chains fall off. Would you like to hear more about that?
Yes, that's very interesting.
All right, well, we have to practice the take-home point first, so I'll say the first part. You and the boys and girls will say the second part,
All right,
okay?
but hold on, wait.
Sure.
I was about to say that.
What?
We have to do the take-home point.
Beat you. All right.
Whatever.
So, here we go. Take-home point is, join God's family, and now you guys say, God's family is filled with joy.
God's family is filled with joy.
All right, we'll do it one more time.
Beautiful joy.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah.
The take-home point. Join God's family.
God is filled with joy.
Yes, God is filled with joy, but that wasn't the
God's
take-home point.
family is filled with joy.
God's family is filled with joy. So we're going to give you guys and Lindsey another shot at that. Here we go. Join God's family.
God's family is filled with joy. I had to look at this.
God's family is filled with joy. All right, so let's hop into this Bible event. But before we do the Bible event story today, actually, we're going to do our craft first because you're going to use your craft to help tell the story today. So, we're going to need some things for our craft first. So,
Can I show them?
Sure, Lindsey's going to show you some things that we need. So go ahead, Lindsey, show them what we need. Go ahead. I gave you something already to show.
Oh, yes. We have string.
You need some string. Some long pieces, like, I don't know. I'll tell you how long in a second. But you need some string.
Yeah.
What else do we need?
We need scissors.
Okay. What else?
We need burps. No, just kidding. But you need tape.
Tape and
A big box.
a box of any kind. We chose a cereal box. Look at that. How many of you guys watch that show?
Yeah.
We have a cereal box. You could use a shoe box that you don't need. You'll be able to, if you're using a like plastic container, like they have kind of those shoebox size plastic containers, you can use one of those, and you can put it back when you're done with it. You can use one of Mom's like Tupperware containers. That's kind of rectangle-ish. Again, you can put it back when you're done with it. We're not going to ruin it. If you're using a cardboard box, we are going to have to cut the box, unless it's a shoe box. So,
Yes.
we're going to tell you how to do all of those things. So, pause the video, gather your supplies.
Oh,
I will tell you that we are going to need a couple things, but I don't want to tell you what those things are just yet because it's going to vary on what you actually have at home, so I'm going to give you some different options. So first, just go gather those 4 things. Tape, scissors, string, and a box of some kind. Ready, Lindsey? Tell the boys and girls.
On your mark, get set, go! Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. Did you get all your stuff? Lindsey, we got everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got everything. You guys
Yeah,
ready?
because we already showed them.
Okay, so we're going to start with your box, whatever box you have. And what you're going to want to do, don't start cutting until I'm done, okay? So if you're using a cereal box or anything, we just want a 3-sided box. For my cereal box, I'm going to cut off these top little flaps here because I just want it nice and clean. Actually, I could probably fold it all up and tape it too. If you don't want to cut them off, you can fold them up and tape it too. But I'm going to cut them off.
Cutting them off is like...
Because it'll make it easier for the next part. So I'm just going to cut those off real quick.
Maybe real quick.
Well, if Lindsay was doing this, I think it would take longer. And you might take longer at home, too, to cut these off. Be careful with your scissors. If you're having trouble, ask Mom, Dad, or big brother or sister.
Or
somebody else bigger than you to help you out. All right, so I asked Lindsay which person we should cut out.
I wanted to cut out SpongeBob, but then Patrick... But I don't know. Let's just cut out Patrick.
All right, we're going to cut out the Patrick side box. So we want
Patrick is like...
We want a 3-sided box, okay? So we're going to cut this part of the box out. So we're going to start at the top and cut all the way down here, around, and like this, okay?
Can I do that?
So we're going to cut out that side of your box. So if you know what you're doing, you can go ahead and get started. If you're not exactly sure what to do, you might want to wait a second and so you can see exactly what I mean. So, oh, Lindsay, we need bigger scissors than this. Big scissors are definitely better for cutting cardboard.
Well, I can't.
If you are using a plastic container,
Lindsay,
can you grab that plastic container over there with those markers in it so I can show them what I mean by a plastic container?
What? Hold on.
Lindsay's going to grab a container to show you. If you're using a plastic container, the one with the markers in it. Look up one shelf.
Oh.
All right, I'm almost done.
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right, so we have our box. It looks like this now. We still have SpongeBob on that side, but we now have this. If you're using a container like this...
I mean, we have markers.
Hold on one second. I'm going to make a mess. Okay, we'll have to clean that up later.
You got that on my toes.
Sorry. If you're using a container like this, all you'll have to do, you want to cut anything. You're just going to turn your container sideways so you have your 3 sides right there. Okay? So you can have a box with 3 sides or some sort of plastic container with 3 sides.
Or if you can just find something else that would work, maybe. Whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to use our cereal box. The next thing you're going to need, and if you need to pause to cut your box, then pause to cut your box. If you're watching this live, then you'll have to catch up. You're going to need your string cut long enough to go from the bottom of your box to the top of your box, because we are going to make a jail. Oh, I wish I would have not cut off the top of my box, actually. So I wish I wouldn't have cut off the top of my box so it would stay like that. So you're going to take your string, and what you're going to do is you're going to tape it to the top and the bottom of the box. Now I'm a little sad I cut off the top of my box.
Can I do that?
So, we're going to use this one instead. No, we're not. I'm still going to use this one. I'm just going to make the top again, and I'm going to put it back on. Yeeks. So, we're going to pause real quick. I'm going to fix my box, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I fixed the box. I just taped it back together and back on.
Let's show them how we
just did it. See, we just taped it back on.
Tape,
okay, so to get your string, you want to make sure your string is long enough to cover the opening in your box from top to bottom and have a little bit of extra so that you can tape it on. So you're probably going to need, like, depending on how big your box is, you're going to need a lot of string, so you're not just one. So what I did...
Yeah, you might need like this much, not that much.
Okay.
But that's a lot of string.
So what I did was I just made sure I had a long enough string, so my string needs to be like this long, okay? And since I need a bunch of them, I'm just going to kind of wrap my string a whole bunch of times.
That's a good idea!
The same way, like this. And then I only have to cut one time. So I'm just going to cut the loops like that, and then all my strings are about the same size. Cut this away from the rest of it, and then cut my loops. So now I have lots of strings.
Or you could just cut it individually.
And you could cut it however you want, but just make sure all your strings are long enough. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top of our box. Lindsay, you're going to be my tape person.
Oh, yeah, I want a tape.
All right. She's gonna take the tape off and have it ready for me. And I'm just going to tape it right across the top here. So, Lindsay, give me a piece of tape ready.
Okay.
Keep them coming. So I'm just going to put that on there, and I taped it on there. See? Now it's taped on.
Oh, now I'm going to take the bottom.
Nope, we're just going to do all the tops at one time, okay? And we're going to put them next to each other to look like, remember I told you what we're making, right? What are we making, Lindsay?
Jail.
A jail. So we want to put them nice and close together. So I don't know how big your box is, but you want to tape them nice and close together. All right, here we go again. Keep them coming, Lindsay. Hopefully I cut enough pieces of string. So you guys can
pause the video so like.
No, they can watch because they can do it while I'm doing it. So
yeah.
It'd be kind of cool if you guys could ask me a question and I could answer for you if you had a question. But
yeah,
we're not doing this on like, you know, any sort of platform or like Zoom or
we're not doing on Zoom or Messenger Kids
or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or Skype. Some people use Skype still.
Skype? No, it's way too glitchy.
Okay, then.
For us, at least.
Moving on. I am almost done. I have used, this is my 7th string. I probably just need one more string. So I think I cut like 2 extra strings here. All right, Lindsay, one more string, please.
There's something on this piece.
That's all right. All right, so if you're using a plastic container like this, we're just taping on it, so you'll be able to take the tape right off when we're done with this. All right, so now you'll see I have, my box almost looks like it has hair. So they're just dangling there right now, so we're going to tape them on the bottom too. So we're going to tape them on the bottom too, so that it will look like a jail. So to do that, we're going to pull it nice and tight. So I'm going to get these ones out of the way so you can see the one I'm pulling tight. So I'm pulling that one nice and tight, and then Lindsay's going to give me the tape to tape it on there. Oh, she's got a bunch ready for me.
Ha! I got it taped on my fingers.
So that one's taped on, nice and tight. It's not perfectly straight, but that's okay.
It's fine.
Then grab the next one from the bottom, bring it to the top. I'm going to do this so you guys can see.
I'm taping them on the table so you can get them.
And we're going to put it on there like that.
Do you need,
Very good.
How many more do you need?
I have 8 strings, so I've used 2 so far. So far I have 3 on there. Where's my next one? On the next one, I just lay it across the top there and tape it on. Lindsay, you got it for me?
Oh, that's way too big of a...
Where's the next one? How are you guys doing at home? Hope you're doing good. What do we got out there today? If you are watching this and you can comment with your name so we know who watched.
Like, if you're watching live, maybe you could comment.
Oh, yes. If you are watching live, you can comment. If you're not watching live and you have an account, you can comment in the YouTube link.
Yeah.
I think you have to be subscribed or something, or logged in or something.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Something like that.
If not, if you say your name, we'll try to give you a shout out and say hi to you next time, okay? That's all. But we're glad you guys are all here. Glad you're here to hear the Bible events. Hear the stories from the Bible because...
Oh, is there one more?
You have an extra. I love sharing the Bible with you guys, so I'm glad you guys are here. All right, we have a jail. Doesn't that look cool? Now... Okay, Lindsay, you're blocking my jail view. Okay, so we have a jail. Now, usually, a jail usually has people in it. Well, we'd hope it doesn't have people in it, but sadly enough, sometimes people go to jail. And in our Bible event, some of Jesus' disciples went to jail. I already told you that. So, we are going to need to make some disciples. Now, this is the part that I told you you're going to need some extra stuff for.
I'm not putting that little guy in jail. This guy's going to jail.
Not ready yet. So, here are your options. You're going to need 3 characters for our Bible event. So, here's your choices. You can find action figures that you might have.
Action figure?
So, we have action figures. Oh. Lindsay, you want to show them what else we have?
Little Fuzzball. I named him Little Fuzzball.
You can show them the thing. We made a character out of pipe cleaners.
And cotton balls.
And
hot glue and eyeball.
If you don't have pipe cleaners, you can make a person. We just used the piece of our cereal box, and we just cut a person out of there, so you can make a person out of that. Or, if you don't have an action figure, but you have some stuffed animals, you can use some stuffed animals for your characters.
This is the most ugliest stuffed animal I've ever seen. I don't like him.
All right, so
but I got him because he has
we
hands
need
and
3 characters. So I'm
Like
going to give
David
you
this
a minute
has a little
to...
disciple.
When you're talking, while I'm giving them directions, it's hard for them to hear. Okay, so for your jail, you need 3 characters. So if you need to pause the video to make some characters, do that. If you need to pause the video to go run and find some characters, do that. We don't have very many action figures in our house. We literally have just this one and like a couple really big, tall Spider-Mans. Try to get your action figures to make sure they fit in your jail. So
Hold on, I want to see if
you're going to need 2. 1 to be Silas and 1 to be Paul. Those are the disciples. And then you're going to need 1 to be the jail guard.
This is not the jail guy.
Okay? So,
Get out.
get your materials and we'll be right back and we'll be ready to start our Bible event with your jail and your action figures or
Or baseball.
characters. Okay? Hurry back.
All right.
Okay, guys, I hope you have your jail and your 3 characters ready to go because we're going to just hop right into our Bible event now. Our Bible event comes from the book of Acts, chapter 16, verses 22 through 26. Okay, and in today's Bible event, it's about a man whose job was to watch the prisoners and make sure they didn't escape. And we're going to call him the jailer in our story, okay? And if the prisoners escaped, the jailer and his family would be punished. So he has to make sure that he does his job very well in the story. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put on our imagination hats and we're going to act out the story. So using your jail and your characters, you're going to do the story with us. So you won't see me, you're going to see the story, and you guys can go ahead and do similar actions. You can make all the different sounds too. So what we have set up right now, so you guys can get set up and started, is we have our 2 disciples. This little guy is going to be our disciple Paul, and our little paper guy,
This is Paul.
cardboard guy, is going to be Silas, and they're both inside your jail. So put them both inside your jail. And your jailer, this is our jailer, he's going to be outside the jail,
right there.
but he fell asleep.
With his glasses
Okay?
on.
Well, ours has glasses, yours might not. Okay? So get your story set up and we're going to act out this story. Lindsay, are you ready?
Yes.
Lindsay's going to be acting out the story while I read the
I'll be
story to you.
putting all the sounds and
Yes,
they're
perfect.
talking.
All right.
Okay.
Thumbs up if you're ready.
Thumbs up.
All right, here we go. It was around midnight. Paul and Silas were in jail, but they were still happy and joyful. So our characters are happy and joyful. They were praying and singing hymns of praise to God. Can you make your characters sing hymns of praise?
La 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 la. Holy Father, God is good. He is joyful. La 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 la.
All right. Praise you, Jesus. Praise you, God. We love you, they say.
Praise you.
All right. And
Praise
all the other
you.
prisoners were listening to them. So in all the other parts of the jail, other prisoners were listening to them, singing their praises and singing their joy. Okay? And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden a loud noise was heard. Ooh, did you guys make a loud noise at home? A loud noise was heard and the prison began to shake. Shake your prison. The prison began to shake.
And they're falling off.
And all of that violent shaking, it shook the jail. And all the doors flew open. Can you make all your doors fly open? Oh, there we go. So go ahead and rip your doors off. All the doors flew open. And all the prisoners' chains came loose. They're like, yay, we're free.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. And then the jailer,
Yeah.
he woke up.
Whoa!
He's like, what happened? And
put his
he grabs his sword and he's like, oh, what happened? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
He was thinking the prisoners.
No.
He was thinking the prisoners had escaped, and he drew his sword. And he was really worried. He didn't know what he was going to do. He knew that him and his family were going to get punished.
No.
And then Paul shouted very loudly and quickly, and he said, what did Paul say?
What?
He said, don't worry.
Don't worry.
We're all still
We're
here.
all still here.
Oh, and the jailer, he knew that a powerful God thing happened. I mean, what do you mean all the prisoners didn't escape? Something amazing. This must have been God's powerful work. And so he knelt down in front of Paul. And he asked Paul, what did he ask Paul, Lindsay? He said, what can I do to be saved? Make your jailer ask Paul, what can he do to be saved?
What can I do to be saved?
And Paul and Silas told him to believe in Jesus.
Believe in Jesus.
And you and your family can be saved.
And you and your family can be saved.
And the jailer, he believed as he knelt down there. And then Paul baptized the jailer. Baptized him and his family. And the jailer and his family were so happy. They were filled with joy to be believers in God. Look at how happy our jailer is.
Woo! Yeah! Yes!
He's part of God's family.
Wow!
He's so happy to be part of God's family now. Okay? So even though Paul and Silas were in jail, they were still happy because they're still part of God's family.
Woo!
And now even the jailer, whose job was to make sure they stayed in jail, he believed in God, and he became part of God's family too. Okay?
Yeah. Woo!
That was a great story. It was short. It was kind of fun to act it out, don't you think? So, we are going to go ahead and practice the take-home point before we introduce a song to you.
This is my favorite one.
Yes. All right. So, let's see if we remember our take-home point. Our take-home point was join God's family, just like our jailer. Join God's family, and you guys say, God's
family is
filled with joy. So just like our jailer today, he joined God's family, and then he became filled with joy. Okay? Join God's family. God's family is filled with joy. All right.
So
we have a song for you coming up. Okay, we're ready with our song. And it's called I've Got the Joy, 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 Joy Down in My Heart. So hopefully you've heard that song before. If you didn't, you can sing along with us. I bet we can get the words on the screen for you. So, if you're ready, we're ready. Here we go. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart. I
Got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where?
Down in my heart
To stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the joy of Jesus in my heart. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart.
Yeah. I said yeah at the end. Yeah.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that song. I'm going to give you a quick quiz on our Bible event, and then we're going to do our take-home point, say our prayer, and say goodbye. So, the question that I have for you is, what were Paul and Silas doing while they were in prison?
They were singing and praying.
I was going to give them a chance, but go ahead. Think. Lindsay kind of gave it away already, but... All right, go ahead. What did they do?
They were singing and praying and praising Jesus.
Singing, praying, and praising Jesus. Yes,
Yes,
very,
just like
very
this
good.
little
Because
guy
they have
was
so
doing.
much joy in their hearts. All right, so here we go. Take home point. One last time.
In my heart.
Are you ready? Join God's family.
God's family has joy in its heart.
No.
Close.
Why is my nose so itchy today? I'm sorry.
Remember.
Join God's family. God's family
family
is
is
filled
filled
with
with
joy. Okay, join God's family.
God's family is filled with joy.
Join God's family.
God's family is filled with joy.
Very good. All right, so I hope you guys had fun making the craft and acting out our story. You know what you could do with that? You could reset up your thing, and if there's someone you know that didn't get to watch this video and you wanted to reenact that story and retell the story again using your jail, our jail's still untaped, reusing your jail and your characters, you could retell the story again to someone else, or you can tell your parents if they didn't get to watch the video. Okay? So,
Oh, and this guy's
guy's
gonna play with us.
okay, if you use one of your mom's plastic containers,
Or
make sure you clean that up and put that away.
Mom's, but
All right, are you ready
for prayer?
for prayer?
Okay, I made
Our
his
Paul is
hands-
praying as well.
Yes, I put his hands praying.
Should we have our jailer's hands won't go together to pray? I might break him if I do that. Will Silas's hands go together? Oh, he's praying. Oh, he can pray. All right, our Silas. Well, it was. If we tape him, where's that tape? We'll tape him so he can pray too.
Yes.
So we're gonna tape his hands together right like that. Okay, he's praying.
This guy can pray with his feet.
Well, you know what? His eyes are closed, so he's good.
Yeah.
All right. You want to hold Paul?
This guy can't.
I got Silas. All right. Are you ready?
I'm so happy.
Per hands, per heads, per hearts.
Per hands, per heads, per hearts.
All right. Dear God, we love you so much. Thank you for sending Jesus, and thank you for filling all of our hearts with joy. Thank you for the opportunity for learning about you and learning how we all can be filled with your joy and how our families can be filled with joy. And just thank you for the story of the jailer who became filled with joy just by learning of the miraculous things that you can do. Lord, thank you so much for today's lesson. We love you. We praise you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Now, before we go, though, I forgot. I do have to tell you something.
What do you have to tell him?
And maybe you don't even know yet either. But coming soon, this summer, in July, we are going to be doing Vacation Bible School, VBS. And we're going to, yes, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to have games. We're going to have activities. We're going to have a very cool lesson for you. So it'll be in July. We're going to keep you updated with lots of updates and lots of things. If you would like, if you're local here in Omaha, we want you to kind of come to our kickoff at our church, at Calvary Lighthouse Church, and we'll keep you updated with the details, but we're going to get you those details and get you registered and get you the supplies you need so that you can participate in our online VBS this summer in July. So, stay tuned for that. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you're enjoying this close-up of my face. Thank you, Lindsay. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's fast. Okay. Bye.